Ooh, a little chilly today, boy. What's up, my good peoples? You know, the more I watch videos that are being posted online with regard to FEMA thwarting rescue attempts in all these disaster areas, not only FEMA, but local authorities like police, fire marshals, the more pissed off I'm getting. Don't these men and women in our local governments, like the fire marshals, the police, FEMA, don't these people take some type of a creed, an oath, in order to protect and serve and help? And don't these people take creeds or oaths? Aren't these same men and women getting paid to do what their job position entitles them to do? For instance, a cop, protect and serve. Don't shoot and ask questions later, protect and serve. A fire marshal, when disaster strikes, fires or whatever else, guess what his job is? To serve, to save people. That's what his job is. Not to stop someone from saving something. Come on. And then the police. It's pissing me off to no avail to think that these same men and women that are getting paid to do a job are thwarting rescue attempts now. And FEMA is a laughing fucking joke, and God forgive me for that language, but it had to be said, because that's how I feel. FEMA's a laughing joke. And I think we, as American citizens anyway, I was born here. I'm a naturalized citizen. I'm a natural citizen, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm a citizen of the America, United States of America. And as such, I have certain inalienable rights that was given to me by the Constitution of the United States a long, 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 long time ago. But since then, man has had the ability to be able to piss on it, to water it down. But there are two parts of that Constitution that are most relevant to me as a United States citizen. And that's, one, I have the right, first and foremost, to pursue happiness. And if pursuing my happiness means helping someone else, then I have a right to do so, and you can't touch it. It's an inalienable right that you don't have a right to step on, period. It makes me happy using my helicopter, my fuel, my plane, my fuel, my resources, my time to help other people. It's my right. And then the second one that is most relevant to me is the fact that this same room full of men that gathered together to guarantee that future generations have certain birth-given, God-given natural rights, inalienable rights that can't be stomped on, pissed on, or watered down or manipulated when it suits man. They gave me a right to bear an arm, a gun, a firearm. A firearm equal to that of what the government might have. See, people don't want to see that side of it. They gave me a right to bear arms. And those arms can only be just if they are equal to the powers that be that are governing me. Or it makes that Second Amendment a moot point. I'm going to have a BB gun and you can have a 50 cal. Come on, those men knew what they were doing, because they knew as men in that room at that particular era in time that at one point in time a government would rise up against its own people. And that's what is happening today. This government that we have in this office, every branch of it from the top to the bottom, is rising up against its own people when it fails to do their damn job. So these same room full of men gave us the right to bear arms to rise up against an unjust government. Not that we have to take the government over, just that we have a right to bear arms to rise up against them. Not that we want to take your job. Do your damn job and I won't have to rise up against you. Like, for instance, if I was in Texas, Asheville, North Carolina, anywhere in one of these disaster zones, and I know there are people stranded out there without water, without food, without shelter. Come on. I have a helicopter, I have fuel, I have finances, I have means, and I have time. And guess what? I also have weapons. And if you try to stop me from doing what I'm doing, I'll see you in court later because, one, I have a right to pursue happiness. And guess what? It makes me happy helping other people. I didn't ask you for your help. I didn't ask you for your fuel. I didn't ask you for a vehicle. I didn't ask. Let me do what I got to do, or bear the repercussions of my Second Amendment rights. I'm just ranting. I'm a a babbling baby boomer. And my name's Mikey Woo Woo. Yeah, boy. And I'm gonna rattle about this shit. I don't care how far and wide these videos go. I don't care if these videos never get watched. But I do know this. I'm gonna rattle and rattle. Because I'm a babbling baby boomer, damn it. You know, it's crazy that this room full of men gathered together a long time ago, and they decided that somewhere along the line, somewhere in the hearts of men, because we all know what lies in the heart of man, nothing good. The Bible tells us that. History tells us that. Man's actions tells us that. Look at what's happening with the rescue attempts. It's sad. Our country seems to have fallen into a hole. I don't know how far down that hole we've fallen. I know it's kind of deep. Whether we can climb back out of that son of a bitch in a time enough to save something of the American dream, I don't know. Can we? Can we get back to a time whenever apathy wasn't the veil over people's eyes or their hearts, their spirit, their soul? Instead, why can't we get back to an era in time being a good neighbor when empathy was in the root of hearts, in the mindset of hearts? Is that baby hungry? You bring him on in here, sweetheart. Come on, we got to get back to those days. I don't think we're too far gone, but it's going to be a long way back. And guess what? It's going to be a painful one. Because the longer we stayed on that damn... You know, I was told this old fable one time. I think it was my Uncle Oliver. He told me this, I don't know, this allegory about trains. He said, son, if you're going somewhere, you jump on the wrong train. He said, you know, the longer you stay on it, the more it's going to cost you to get back to where you started. I didn't know what the hell he meant, but I know one damn thing. America jumped on some type of demoralization train that headed into nowhere, and we stayed on that son of a bitch a little too long. Now I think it's time to jump the hell off and try to salvage what's left of America. Not Trump's way, not Kamala Harris's way, but the American way. I think it's time to make these people more accountable for the shit that's going on in this country right now. Explain to me why This government can rescue another country but can't help our own. I think it's time to wake up, make more accountability, expose the truth, tell the truth. I think it's time to take back America. I'm not saying we should revolt against the powers that be. I just think it's time to take it back by just being American, by being human. Doing what you know is the right thing to do, despite what's standing in your way. That was always the American way, to get done what they said was impossible to be done.